It's Brown.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down. So signals the referee as they're going to convert by about a yard there on 4th and 5. Big conversion. This short throw caught by Goddard. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Back to the running game with Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
73.
Throwing is Hurts. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So a 56-yard punt. They'll net 41 after the 15-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. In motion left, Hill. They run for it. A-Chain. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, 27 yards. And the Dolphins will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They will run straight ahead with Swift. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv, and you run into a tough crowd.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 38-yard line. Hurts. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And credit the tackle to Brandon Jones.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Here's Hurts to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. They set up the screen to Achane. And he gets it down to the 32.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A gain there of 21 yards. Achane on 1st and 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, Hurts. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. Touchdown! DeAndre Swift, 56 yards. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tua. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And going deep for Hill. And this is going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Well, this has been a close game throughout, but that return can help them gain the separation that they've been seeking throughout the game.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Third quarter starts with a run from Mostert. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. And now they're in the hurry-up. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. So he stopped for no gain. And it'll be fourth down. No sign of Tua departing. Fourth down, they're going for it. They'll try it now with Mostert. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Looking to pass. Tua. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, my. You know that that's one that he'll want to have back. I mean, they did everything right. Got the linebackers commit on the play action. He just flat out missed.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Tua sets up to pass it. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught at the 5, and he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Moving inside the 20. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. After the turnover, it's Tua. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Hill going to go in motion right. That's out to Hill, right side complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Well, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
They've been brilliant, perfect on 4th down so far. 3 for 3, and they're going to try again here. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Eagles defense able to hold. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. And the Dolphins rush gets home, down he goes. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Here's Tua. That is incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Back to the air on 2nd down, Tagovailoa. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Tua now, 3rd and goal. And that will be incomplete as well. So now 4th down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Now Tua. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. So following the failed try on 4th down, we'll... The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. 2nd down, here's Hurts. Flushed out right, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. Hurts. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. So a fourth quarter pick six here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick six, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for two.
Right, listen up.
Tua going to try and throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Darius Slay with a pick. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. And he edges forward but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost.
And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. It got his man complete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, 33 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Scott on the return out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And
taking it right down Broadway. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 78 yards. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Hill going to go in motion right. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
27 yards there, a 1st down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
2nd and 10. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And that one going to come up short, low throw.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. That is caught. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. And the touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still...
Touchdown, Philadelphia! A.J. Brown with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Eagles get a bit closer. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points. But he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, It was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for 2. And he's not going to make it to the goal line. They've been perfect on the night in 2-point conversions, but not here, as this time they come up empty. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now a 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Get set. Turbo 3, kick. Hey, turbo 2, turbo 2.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because...
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Hurts will throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not.
He's got a man complete. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination.